Well, yesterday was qualifying final day and both the Sydney Swans and Carlton turned up at the ground to watch Hawthorn perform. Carlton, of course, were having a serious look. The Swans were supposed to be playing Hawthorn. They didn't quite, they really did watch Hawthorn perform. Let's take a look at the highlights of that match. Just on 48,000 fans journeyed to VFL Park yesterday to see what was expected to be a fiery qualifying final between the Hawthorn Hawks and the Sydney Swans. Russell Morris and Greg Williams got together to offload some big match nerves. The Dipper was in top form. Here he takes a strong mark, shoots out a quick hand pass to John Kennedy, who caps it off with a fine goal.
Long, booming kick. I think he's kicked it. He has. Great goal.
One of the Swans' few highlights for the day was Warwick Capper's 100th goal for the season.
Is that goal number 100? It is. A great effort by the full forward. What a way to...
After some quick congratulations from opponent Chris Langford, it was back into the action. The action was short-lived for Swan star Merv Neagle, who was carried from the ground on a stretcher. It was later revealed that Neagle had suffered a torn medial ligament and will take no further part in the final series. Ironically, Neagle injured what he described as his good knee in a freak accident. Michael Tuck centres the ball for the Hawks. Dunstall gets the ball over to Peter Russo, who shows brilliant skills.
A very unselfish player. Oh, Peter Russo, brilliantly done. He picks it up, he fires it, goal. Great goal, Russo.
Straight up the centre of the ground.
The Swans kept within reach of the Hawks in the first half, thanks to determined play like this from Mark Bayes.
Bayes sweeps on the ball. A goal coming up as Bayes runs to the 45-metre line. He's put it short. Was it touched or not? Full points to Mark Bayes. Kennedy comes out.
After half-time, the Hawks could do no wrong. Dunstall cleans up the crumbs by tapping on to Michael Tuck, and the veteran skipper snaps through a great goal.
Out to Tuck. Tuck hooks towards goal. It's a lovely-looking kick. It's a great goal.
Been a very good play.
Russell Morris was one of the high flyers yesterday.
Oh, look at Morris. He's having a very good game, Russell Morris. Bolton and further afield to Bayes.
But this mark by Warwick Capper will go down in history.
Here on Langford. Oh, dear. Oh, what a mark. Oh. I was all set to call a free kick. He sort of hung over the back and the ball fell into his hands. What's this?
During the half-time break, Dermot Brereton slipped into his green boots and took to the sky.
It's on again down there.
Jason Dunstall and Rod Carter didn't see eye to eye.
Now gives the hand.
But the altercation didn't seem to worry Dunstall, who booted 5 goals for the Hawks.
And a great mark taken there by Dunstall. Beautiful mark by Jason Dunstall.
The star of the show was Dermot Brereton, who created havoc after half-time. Maybe there's something in those green boots after all.
Right on the line. The ice back.
Warwick Capper was one of the Swans' best with 4 goals, so it was a great disappointment to see him head for the bench at three-quarter time with a hamstring injury.
Morris.
Here he is again, the player they call the Kid, doing a man-sized job on the Hawthorn forward line.
Yes, great goal.
There's Robert.
And it's little wonder the Carlton team were looking a little stunned as they watched the Hawks in full flight.
David Glascott, all of the Carlton players there.
This one won't make the...
What's your decision? The umpire called this effort by Peter Curran not good enough. Play on.
Yes, I would have played it too, Pete. There's no doubt in my mind that there was a mark. Carroll's...
Brereton handballs to Gary Buckenara, who kicks a freak goal. He kicked 5 goals straight for the day.
A beautiful goal, Buckenara!
Look at Dermot and Rod.
Carter clashed with Brereton in the last quarter, and Dermot will now face the tribunal for alleged misconduct. It'll be a severe blow to the Hawks if he's suspended. Still, it didn't seem to bother him as he shakes off Rod Carter and fires off a pass to skipper Michael Tuck.
Let's see if he can run round Carter. He does. He'll love that. And a beautiful pass. Greg Deere
And
coming
with the
on.
Hawks well in command, coach Alan Jeans thought Dermot had done enough damage for one day. As we check the quarter-by-quarter scoreline from yesterday's game, we see exactly where the Hawks did the damage. They led by 21 points at the end of the opening term, 27 at half-time, 58 at three-quarter time, 99 points, the margin at the end of the day. A superb performance from them, and only 4 of their players kicked goals after the half-time break, but they added 14. They finished up like this: Brereton with 6, Buckenara 5, Dunstall 5, Russo had 2, and Dipper Domenico 2, which he kicked in the first quarter. For the Sydney Swans, Capper got 4, Healy, Mitchell, Wright and Bayes 1 apiece. take a look at the statistics now. Barry, what do you reckon?
You can't say much more, just have a look at those stats and see how well Hawthorn controlled the game, and just a dismal performance by the Swans.
Welcome back to the VFL Sports Centre. The Big Dipper started sensationally for Hawthorn yesterday. Here he is in the dressing rooms after the game.
What a game you played. When the advantage had to be set up, you were fantastic.
Oh, thanks, Drew. It's been a long year, and it's been up and down for me, and I've just sort of set my mind now for the finals. If you can play good finals football, that's what it's all about. And in previous years, I've played some good finals football, so hopefully I can continue on.
Well, I can remember one particular game where you and Neagle kicked about 4 goals each on a Sunday at the MCG. Second semi, about 80...
I kicked 4, you kicked 1.
I beg your pardon, 4-1, 4-2, was it? Well, you didn't have him very long today because you gave him a bar.
No. He got hurt very early in the game, and I hope he's feeling better because apparently he's done his knee, and it's not good for anybody. But it's one of those things. So you take a few risks and just get away with it.
And you played on a bloke who last time blanketed Platten because he had the speed, Bolton. But well, you dodged, weaved, marked over him, ran him around.
I think with Waverley, if you get yourself a bit of space, you can do all these sort of things. But I certainly won't go for those long runs anymore because it's a big ground. By the time we go kick the ball, he's so tired, No, it was a good win by the boys, and we didn't expect the game to be so easy. And the Swans are a better side than that, and I can assure you they'll be back next week.
Well, here's a fellow that hopes that the Swans are certainly a better side than that, Tom Hafey, after yesterday's game.
Commiserations, Tom. Just a case of being totally outgunned?
Oh, without a doubt. I thought up till half-time we were in the game, even though we weren't playing well. 4 goals down, I think, at half-time, but after that we just never got near the ball.
What was the reason that their forward line just took over totally in that second half?
Yes, completely. Well, we had players who were, say, doing a reasonable job, and some of their better players weren't getting into the game, and yet in the second half, well, probably like true champions, they just came out and blitzed us, got the ball out of the centre in front of our back men all the time, and as you saw, Dermott kicks the first 3 goals and Jason Dunstall kicks 3 goals, so that's probably a difficult side to hold for the entire 4 quarters.
Is there anyone, do you think, in the league that could hold that forward line? As you say, if someone's not firing, there's always somebody else there.
Oh, yes. But I suppose it's going to be tough. They're definitely a good side, and they played well. They lifted themselves. I don't think their form had been as good as what they displayed today. And I give us a chance, to be quite honest, and particularly at half-time. But they've got to continue it on, of course, and we've got to regroup and we've got to come back.
Are you disappointed in your skipper, Carroll? He seemed to be unusually loose in that second half.
Oh, well, I wouldn't like to say that completely. I think we had a lot of players who just didn't fire up. And let's hope that they'll sit back and think about their game and come up and play better next week.
Well, the Swans to play the winner of today's game next Saturday afternoon in the continuation of the Speedo finals. Now